You awake now, David?
Always awake.
Well, good morning and welcome to the March 4th session. Thank you. Can't believe it's March already. Look at Rex is ready. Before we open our meetings, we always ask for clergy to come. And Rex is one of our regular from Trinity Christian Fellowship. Thank you for coming again.
It's an honor, a privilege.
Thank you.
Let's pray. We thank you, Lord God, for the freedom to meet together and to discuss the needs of Clermont County and the municipalities which are within Clermont County and the many advantages which you have given to all of us. Lord, we thank you for those who have a willing heart to assume the responsibilities before you to lead and direct the affairs and business of Clermont County and to serve in the sacred public trust as commissioners. Lord, just bless them with your peace in their lives, both public and private. Lord, we ask that the long historical ties and the sacred heritage which Clermont County shares with the churches within the county would be maintained and respected and protected and will foster a growing awareness in the hearts and minds of each and all citizens of their need for you and your abiding presence in their lives, both public and private. Thank you for the military personnel that's serving from our county and all others, their commitment, loyalty, and integrity. Be with them at this particular time that we're facing right now in a world, and families now are separated because of the military responsibilities. Watch over them, protect them, give them your grace and mercy, and that they would be able to live lives serving our country and you in safety. Protect all our law enforcement for their willingness to serve the public, keeping us safe and secure. And we come against any aspect of any terrorist activity in Clermont County. Bless all EMTs and firefighters with your wisdom, compassion, and your ability to ascertain every run. Thank you, Father, for such a great county and all that is accomplished for the people of Clermont County. Continue to bless us as we continue to honor you and listen to your leading. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. And to lead us in the pledge this morning, I notice we have one of our elected officials, Linda Fraley. Would you like to lead us in the pledge? Sure. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And before we start, you will notice Commissioner Painter is not here, but he will join us later in today's session. Item B is the approval of the regular session minutes of February 25th, 26th. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make the motion.
I'll second. Roll call, Gail?
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batch.
Yes. Item C is we have some new employees, and we have Clermont Transportation Connection. Good morning, Andy.
Andrew May, CTC Director. I've got two new drivers to introduce to you. The first one is Catherine Gearing. Catherine previously drove motor coaches, and she had a 2-hour commute one way, so this job is kind of better. What's your commute now?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Quite a bit of difference. She got referred to CTC by another driver who told her how great it was working here, so I was happy to hear that. Catherine is an empty nester with 3 grown children and 1 grandchild. She loves spending time with friends and family, traveling, and bicycle riding, especially the Loveland Bike Trail. Catherine says she's excited about an upcoming trip that she's got to Japan next year, so welcome.
Thanks.
Secondly, we've got Michael Shapiro. Michael hasn't driven for a little while, but decided he wanted to drive again after seeing one of our hiring now signs on the back of a bus, and he went in and put an application in. Michael enjoys helping people, so this looked like a good fit for him. He's been married 38 years to his high school sweetheart. and he has no children but two dachshunds that I'm sure are treated as such. Michael enjoys traveling and fishing. He loves the taste of walleye, so Lake Erie is a favorite destination for him. Michael's a big fisherman. So welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Stick around and we'll take a picture after we meet one other, I think. Chris? Where did Chris go?
Well, let's do Heath Wilson.
Let's do that.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I have with me Brian Hanson. He started with us Monday. We're very happy to have him on our building inspection team. His background is in project management, specializing in commercial and residential construction. He's father of two children under the age of 7. He and his wife Amber have been married for 15 years. He enjoys the parks and great outdoors of Clermont County and is excited to bring his talents to the team.
Good. Thank you. Heath, I'm sorry. I had Chris McClinic was going to do this. If
I'm the next best thing.
maybe
I took his credit.
He's
He's
not
not
could turn that around since he isn't here. You're the best.
Thank you.
I know David's going to want a picture of the new employees.
Oh,
There, you want to
okay.
come down?
You guys got some.
I can get in this.
Not your good side, right? Thank you.
Andy, do you not love us?
He does.
I don't buy it. I promise. Maybe
Everyone look here.
ask
Smile.
Grant what you say is zero.
And one more. Smile. Yep, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Too, so. Me too.
Hey, we can't hear you guys. Can you speak up?
Sure.
Move your microphone.
Sure. As
Happy to.
close as
Thank
they
you.
can be.
Thank you.
Item D is a presentation today from Gary Knepp, going to give us an update on America 250.
Morning, Gary.
Thank you, Bonnie, and thank you, everybody. I appreciate the opportunity to come speak once again about the history of Clermont County and some of the important people and things that have been done that most of us don't know about. Today's topic, we'll start off with, he was one of the biggest and most powerful creatures of the early 20th century Washington swamp. He was an intimate of presidents who exercised his power with skill and tact. Newspapers couldn't get enough of him. They were always running stories from the front page to the back, commenting about he and his wife's appearance at the opera, the theater, high society events. Despite the important role he played then, he's barely known now. There's a photograph of this man. His name is Henry Clark Corbin. For 12 years, he owned property in Batavia. Lieutenant General Henry Clark Corbin was born in Monroe Township in 1842. He was a mountain of a man. He stood at 6'4" and weighed 250 pounds, and it says the bulk weighed nicely on his frame. He had his sandy brown hair, had a mustache with an imperial beard. One reporter said that he had character lines etched into his face like that of a weathered slab of granite. He was declared to be the most handsome man in the United States Army. You can't see him. There you go. So I chose the younger picture of him to show his handsomeness instead of the older one. So there he is. Corbin was educated at the Parker Academy, where he was remembered not as a good student, but as a likely young man. After leaving the Parker Academy, he taught school for a while until he decided to join the Army and the Civil War and as a lieutenant. He was quickly recognized for his administrative abilities. He transferred to the 14th United States Color Troop, being one of the first Ohioans to command a black unit. He led his men during the battles of Decatur, Alabama, and at Nashville, Tennessee. Corbin left the Army as a 23-year-old breveted brigadier general. He came home to Batavia and began to read law. He was invited to attend a reception that was being held in Batavia to honor General Grant. As he was getting ready to enter the reception, the group of people had stood around the doorway of the house where this was being held. Now, the house, the home of the Griffith family, it was located where the old county court building, or the Cayley building, was located, and which is now a traffic or a parking lot. Anyway, as they were getting ready to open it, the young man fired off a signal cannon to honor the president or the governor. Or, I'll get right, the general. It had a transom glass that was over the top that spattered with the concussion of the cannon. A piece of the glass cut General Grant on the neck. And everybody was, of course, horrified about what happened. He started laughing. He says, "Can you imagine? I went through 2 major wars. I never received a scratch, and now I come home and get injured." Grant had a sense of humor that a lot of people didn't appreciate. So he decided to. He was there with Grant, was walking around, and Corbin hears this loud yell, "Corbin, get here!" He said, "What in the world's going on?" And he looked over, and it was General Grant yelling at him, chastising him for not accepting the position that he was offering him in the Army. And Corbin says, "I didn't know anything about it." He says, "Well, give you time to think. The Army is a good option for any young man your age. But let me know later." Well, he went back and thought about it, and he says, "How could I refuse an order from the greatest general of the time?" So he decided to become an attorney. Rather than an attorney, became a general. And he spent 41 years in the Army, and he left the office as a lieutenant general, the highest ranking officer in the United States Army. His career was full of things that he could never have imagined would ever happen to him. It was an unbelievable career for a young man from Batavia, Point Pleasant in Batavia. One of his best friends was Rutherford B. Hayes, who later, of course, became president. They had met during the Civil War and maintained their friendship over the years. Hayes gave Corbin an office in the White House. This was the first time a military advisor had an office in the White House. Hayes appointed him to the Sitting Bull Commission. This was to try to make Sitting Bull decide to come back to the United States, where he fled to Canada to escape the outcome of the Little Bighorn. So he was there, and they had a delegate from the Canadians who were trying to get the Canadian Sioux to come back from the United States because they had fled too with the battle they had fought. They were not successful in their efforts. It wasn't until about a decade later that Sitting Bull came back to the United States, and Henry Corbin commented about Sitting Bull by saying he was churlish. That was the extent of his comments about him. He was fortunate to observe the unsuccessful end of the retreat from the Nez Perce Indians, who went over 1,200 miles to escape the United States Army. Thought they were in Canada, but they missed it. They didn't go far enough north, and they were taken out. And that's when Joseph said, "I fight no more forever." So he got to observe that. Corbin was very close to James Garfield. He assumed the role of trusted confidant, playing cards and shooting pool. And he was there when the president was shot and when he died. In February of 1898, Corbin was promoted to adjutant general, the chief administrator of the Army, a position akin to that of the Army chief of staff. Corbin drafted the language that created the position of chief of staff, which we still have today. 2 months later, after he was appointed, the country was at war with Spain, the Spanish-American War. President William McKinley asked him if he'd like to have a field command and basically lead the troops in the field. And he said, "I haven't fought a war in 30 years. I'm not going to go now. I'm too old." So he became the chief administrator. It was his responsibility, among other things, to order from everything that the Army could use, from pencils to hardtack to coffins. And it was interesting, the coffins for the enlisted men were made of wood and the officers from metal. He's also in charge of regulating the prices of the tobacco markets in Cuba. So there's a wide range of activities that he was involved in. He shined in his position. His small office held very large responsibilities, again, procuring and transporting the needs of the Army. He also assumed the role of unofficial military advisor to the President McKinley. There's a very interesting photograph of the protocols that were being developed to negotiate a settlement. And you can see Henry Corbin sticking above everybody else in the back of the room with that 6'4" frame. He was easy to see. President McKinley said that Henry Corbin was the man most responsible for winning the Spanish-American War. Guy from Clermont. Now, one of the things that he had an interesting role to do was, we all know about Teddy Roosevelt and the charge up the San Juan Hill. There was a movement almost immediately, and I'm sure it was at the asking of Teddy Roosevelt, to give him the Medal of Honor. He was not awarded the Medal of Honor until during the administration of Bill Clinton. And one of the reasons he didn't receive the Medal of Honor at that time was because Henry Corbin said, no, we don't need cowboys in the Army to go and do the things that he's done, and it will only encourage others. So he denied him the Medal of Honor. He continued to serve in his position, even under Teddy Roosevelt. And I wonder what his relationship was, but I couldn't find too much with how they got along together. But he did attend, President Roosevelt did attend the second wedding of Corbin and gave him a wedding present, an autographed picture. Sounds about right. He continued to serve in there until the Taft administration, when he was sent on a secret mission to China. We don't know what, I can't find what was going on. It was secret and stayed a secret for over 100 years. His last assignment was the commander of the Philippine Division of the Army. He succeeded Douglas MacArthur's father in that position. And today we recognize him in two different places in the county. At the Village Hall in Batavia, there is a plaque there on the corner of the wall that you go in. That's a Henry Corbin plaque. And he also has a monument to him in Milford, Greenlawn Cemetery. He died on September the 8th, 1909 of a kidney failure, and he and his wife are both buried in Arlington National Cemetery. So I think I have really cut down on his career. People say I'm obsessed with him, but you don't always find a guy of this quality that's done as much as he's done without his name being recognized by anybody. So hopefully, Henry, we can get to be better known. Thank you.
Thank you.
When you said you went to Parker Academy, are you referring to what's on 52?
Yes.
I think it would be nice for people to know that Parker Academy was the first school in the area to educate women and people of color.
Wow.
And maybe that was the first DEI that really made a difference.
You're absolutely correct, and I didn't follow through with what I
Well,
wanted to say
you
about it.
can't, like you said, you can't cover everything.
Yeah, it was only the second school in the United States that had an integrated school. And it was very interesting. I've done some research on the academy and some of the people who attended it. And there are a number of instances of biracial children who attended because their father, who was the white plantation owner, wanted his children to be educated. We don't hear that. Usually the story is that the children of those unions are not very well treated, but at least in this case, some of these parents brought their children. And during the course of this, I talked to a woman who was a descendant of one of the children who attended the Parker Academy. She was a professor of English at the University of Chicago. And one other thing that got me going. There were a number of these fathers who brought their children to Clermont County, not only to go to Parker Academy, but also set them up with farms in the Pierce Township area. And you can look through, once you look through the records, you can determine which ones were likely to be biracial children. It's very interesting. Thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you, Gary. Okay, at this time, I'm going to move item J up. We have our county auditor here, Linda Fraley. Would you like to come up and do your presentation?
Thank you for allowing me this time at a kind of a late notice, but one of the reasons why I asked for this time is because of a donation we received from DocuPet. DocuPet is the company that now takes care of the licensing of dogs. I know there was a lot of pushback when we went to that electronic system, but we had, and I've been around 30 years for, people remind me of that and I remind them, but our budget for selling dog tags has only gone from 8,000 to 10,000. So it's always been about, because we're only charged with selling them. And so DocuPet come in and introduced that, but we had this just recently, we received a check for $28,161.12 for total donations. And these donations come from when people go out there to buy their dog tags, the system prompts them, would you like to make a donation to our shelter? And they do that, when they're asked. So that's the good news. The bad news, or the news that always has concerned me, is this year we've only sold a little over 12,000 tags. When I come in and we were selling over 25,000 in 2010, we sold over 20,000, and it keeps constantly declining. And I don't think it's because Clermont County people do not support their animals. I think it's awareness. I know a few years ago, I made a presentation to the commissioners and a person that wanted to market this. And rightly so, the question was asked, how can we justify, that marketing cost to get these up? I think one of the things I would like to get across to this message, we're getting this donation. And I really, because the estimates based on our census, and I have this here, excuse me for a minute while I get it. Based on our census that we have 89,000 households, which equates to the the state average of 142,000 dogs in this county. And so we've got 12,000 some licensed. That's not even people, because there's some people that license 2 or 3 dogs. So I just want to bring this awareness. I really believe that if we could increase awareness, because I think the biggest problem that I've seen when I talk to people, well, my dog stays inside. It's a state law that you license them, and whether it's an inside or outside. And I think that that's a really misunderstanding of the requirement of dog licenses. And it kind of, it's something that we see as in the auditor's office. I'm talking about the employees, and that we put a lot of effort in what we can do. We've got quite a bit of exposure on our website as far as when they're due. We personally, even DocuPet has asked me to maybe lead the charge a little bit on changing the state law that these licenses start on December 1 to January 31st, which is a confusion. When your office asks me for reports of what our sales are, we're on an annual basis in our county, but our dog license fees cross two, which is a little confusing. Also, I think the timing. I think if you look at December, I don't think dog license is a priority in people's mind. It's the holidays. And so I just want to bring this to your attention. Basically, I don't have all the answers, but I've tried. I know we used to do the dog contest or whatever, but I know the one person that made a presentation to me, he was really big on something doing with Twitter to send it out to these young people, that generation that seems to have lost that, that knowledge of it being a requirement to have dog tags. So like I said, I'm happy to receive this check. And it goes, it's a donation to the county. We're just the receiver. It goes to our funding, which you're in charge of. But I just wanted to use this opportunity again to maybe have a platform to explain to our citizens, what is it, a $16 tag? What is it, $1.25 a month? That's the way people like to put things, on their monthly bills. And hopefully we can And we have tried to explore options with DocuPed as far as maybe dealing with some kiosk. And now we were the first county, and now there's 15 counties in Ohio that are using this system. And they always call us to see how we did it. Most people have followed our lead. And one of the reasons that I get excited about other counties, then maybe as we see this, that we can, unite and get some mileage as far as maybe changing the selling period, about, they are DocuPet developing like kiosks that we could put in some of our pet, care places, or our vets, because our vets and these other stores do not want to handle county monies. We've tried that, and they do not want to have their staff being responsible for the money that belongs to the county. And I can see that because a lot of times they have part-time staff or whatever. But anyway, I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of this, and just kind of gets maybe on somebody's radar again, that we can promote this. Because you know what, when you've got 12,000 dogs licensed and there's probably 142, that would really, really allow this county to take care of our animals. Okay. Any questions from you?
No, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, Linda.
And thanks for the time.
Thank
All right.
you. Okay, at this time, we're going to move on to item E, which is public participation. Do we have anyone here that wants to speak today? Okay, before you start,
I know, there's no questions.
well, I have to read it. Okay, during this time, the board does not answer questions or engage in a debate. The commissioners are not expected to comment on matters brought to the board during this time, but we can, as you know, if we so choose. The speaker shall speak only once, and you have 5 minutes. Now, name and address.
Now that you said no questions, that's exactly what I have as a question that I hope will be answered during the break or something. Just had a question about the grant for the $1.4 million microwave community.
Name, address.
Oh, sorry.
We'll back up.
Leslie Jump from Miami Township. So I just had a question, like what was the application going to be for that? So that would be at the break, right? So, yeah.
Anyone else?
Good morning. My name is Jen Mazzucchelli. I live in Union Township. So, hey, it's National, it's Women's History Month is what I'm trying to say. And so, yay. And on Sunday is International Women's Day. And there's a young woman from Adams County she works tirelessly to do things in her community to help, kind of like One Way Church does, and just she does a lot of stuff. And she's helped organize an International Women's Day rally against injustice in Chillicothe that will be this Sunday. So I invite all the women, girl power. There's going to be stories, so people guys can come too if they really want to, but it's a chick. It's going to be full of chicks, man. They'll be telling their stories, and there's going to be dancing and singing and just celebrating women. So it'll be fun. And I invite everybody to check it out. But it's Sunday, the 8th from 2 to 5 p.m. on 2 North Paint Street in Chillicothe. So that. And I forgot my phone. So in the spirit of Women's History Month, I thought I'd talk, even though it's not like far back history, a little bit of my awareness of recent history in regard to women and domestic violence and sexual assault and intimate partner violence and all of the things that are very commonplace now. So I was born in 1973. And when I was a child in elementary school, we were just starting to talk about those things, because prior to that time, you don't talk about what goes on in families. So there was lots of stuff. That's how a lot of things have been able to fester. And I've been thinking about this a lot. I just want to touch back on this because of the Epstein stuff. I mean, the fact that we have this system of extremely wealthy men and the women who help them, who have been able to operate an extensive global sex trafficking ring for decades without any accountability and nobody knew. It's because of we don't talk about stuff like this. So I think it's important. So, I mean, I grew up at a time where there was Farrah Fawcett with the burning bed. And they called it battered wives syndrome. Now we know it's PTSD. The accused with Jodie Foster, where she was raped and nobody believed her. So I grew up with those types of things. And I just kind of, my mom was one of 5 girls in her family. So we got some feminists up in there. And the end of my sophomore year, beginning of my junior year of college, I was preparing to go to an internship in Washington, D.C. And so I needed money for that. And I got a job at a local domestic violence shelter. Now, this was I graduated from college in 91. So this is pre-Violence Against Women Act. Domestic violence was not a crime. It wasn't. And I remember, so I was a shelter advocate and on-call supervisor. And I will never forget one time this woman woke me up, the nerve. But she was on the door. She had just come out of the bars and she was drunk. But she and her boyfriend had gotten in a fight and he slapped her and her lip caught on her watch band and it ripped halfway off. And when she went to the police, they laughed at her, brushed her off and said it was probably her fault because you know how mouthy women can get when they're drunk. After the Violence Against Women Act, a lot of things have changed. Domestic violence is now a crime. Finally, I think last year, strangulation was added to the list of crimes against women, which is great because that was not a crime when I pressed charges against my husband. So we've come a long way. But what I want to talk about right now, I'm running out of time. Shoot. I just want that we should pay attention because there is a correlation between domestic violence and poverty. And that I think it's very important that we investigate that and provide a safe economic, I'll talk more about it next time so you can hear it. I'll write it up next time. Thank you.
Thanks. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Regina. I'm Regina DeJorek. My last name is spelled B as in boy, A-J-O-R-E-K. And I physically live in Monroe Township, but my address is New Richmond. And this worked out well. Last week, I talked about one of the signs of fascism, which is the whitewashing of history. And we had a perfect example here with him sharing about our history. And thank you very much for what you knew about the school. But you don't learn about Parker Academy, you don't learn about the first schools, you don't learn about DEI, or him being the first product of DEI to the most famous in our area, evidently. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is what DEI stands for, and there's nothing wrong with any of those if you care about human beings, in my opinion, which I think is fact. I was wanting to talk about civil discourse because I think we're all aware that there's a little
edginess in here at times. And I started to make a copy of a Cincinnati Enquirer article from August 15th, 2025, stating that Cincinnati is no longer a sanctuary city. However, I decided that we are all adults and are capable of checking our own facts. So you know to look in August 15th, 2025. Okay, however, I would like to invite all of you to join me in attending an event held Tuesday, March 10th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. at Heritage Universalist Unitarian Church. It's a program to be presented by the Braver Angels Project. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not. Are any of you familiar with the Braver Angels? Braver Angels is a national organization that is trying to create dialogue between the Blues and the Reds. And it's monitored well and it's done well. And they try to invite an even number and make it as fair as they can. The program will be presented by the Braver Angels Project, and it's titled Skills for Disagreeing Better. In these paralyzing times, when we don't agree, it is easy to judge the other person's values. This training helps us learn to disagree better in order to accurately see where we differ and where we share common ground. And I hope you will attend. I have information sheets so you can look it up if you want to and attend if you would like to.
Just give them all to her.
Yeah, if you give them to me, I'll make sure I put it in. Well, there's like 10. Can I have 3 of them? Or you keep 4.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, well, thank you.
This.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
My name's Kevin Bruce. I'm from Union Township. Thank you again for this chance to speak and be heard. I've asked our Representative Taylor to have town hall meetings. They've been off well, I guess they're back in session today, but he wrote back to me and said, I have no town hall meetings scheduled. So maybe if all of us would contact him. You've got a room downstairs where I think would be adequate for this many people to ask him how things are going. I appreciate the history today that's been expressed, and this history is alive today. I wanted to draw, it was mentioned, Women's History Day. I just saw this incredible film with my wife, and we sat through the 8 episodes on Amazon Prime. If you have it or have a friend that has Amazon Prime, I heard about it when Morgan Freeman appeared on Lawrence O'Donnell's show. Morgan Freeman is an executive producer. Kevin Costner is another executive producer. Roland Joffe is the director. And it brought to life history that I had never heard of. But how did we win the Civil War? It turns out that an abolitionist family in Richmond, Virginia, had a very articulate young woman in their household. They emancipated all their enslaved people and then paid them to stay and help with the farm. Mary Jane Richards was extremely literate, articulate, and spent 3 years in Liberia because people said, well, they should go back to Liberia and start and then our problems will be solved. And she went there and spent 3 years and came back to her family farm and said, they don't want us. They don't recognize us. They don't know what we're all about. I'm going to stay here and fight for our people. And so Mary Jane Richards, and then her family, the Van Loo, Elizabeth Van Loo, encouraged her and gave her service to the new president of the Confederacy, Davis. And the Davis household was a big gray building. So this film is called The Gray House. She got into that house and started listening. And of course, they assumed she didn't know what they were talking about or wouldn't know how to write anything down. But she was getting messages to President Lincoln. She was getting messages to McClellan in Washington through Mrs. Van Loo and through a very complicated. It takes 8 episodes to show how we might be living in a very different society today, were it not for the courage of these people. There's other. It's as you can imagine, 8 episodes, but in the end, President Grant, in his first visit to Richmond, visited Elizabeth Van Loo at her house and had tea with her in her garden. Long after this African-American woman married and moved to Philadelphia for safety and escaped the disaster. It's highly worth your while. I also would say the James Garfield story is that's on Netflix. It's called Death by Lightning. And James Garfield, again, spoke and fought for human rights, for the diversity of our wonderful nation. And we're all in this together. And we'll have another chance another time. Thank you.
Anyone else want to speak today? Okay, moving on to item F, consent agenda. First of all, Commissioner Painter, welcome.
Well, thanks. Sorry I was late.
Consent agenda, we've had this in time to review. Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
So moved.
A second?
Roll call, Gail?
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batch.
Yes. Moving on to item G is the non-consent agenda. First item 9, is a recommendation that the Board of County Commissioners adopt resolution number 033-26 to approve payment to vendors in the total amount of $1,150,741.79 as outlined in the BCC approval invoice report for checks dated March 4th, 2026. BCC directed prepaid invoices report and the procurement card transaction report as presented by the county auditor on March 2nd, 2026, further authorizing the county auditor to issue warrants pursuant to and in compliance with Section 319.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make the motion?
Second.
Roll call, Gail?
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batch.
Yes. Item number 10. Teresa?
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Commissioners. My name is Teresa Igo. I'm the Employee Benefits Coordinator for Clermont County employees. We would recommendation to execute an agreement between the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio and Ohio State University, 1000 Locust Street, P.O. Box 670, Owensville, Ohio, 45160, to provide training services related to Clermont County Employee Benefit Wellness Program at an amount not to exceed $1,000 and to be paid from the Subco Wellness Grant Funds.
Thank you. Board, we've had the reading of item number 10. Do I have a motion to approve as read?
So moved.
A second?
Roll call?
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Dottie.
Good morning.
Dottie Meyer from the Department of Job and Family Services. Item 10 is the recommendation, item 11. I'm going to do yours again. Item 11 is the recommendation to appoint the below named representatives to serve on the Child Abuse and Child Neglect Regional Prevention Council for the terms outlined in the chart below for purposes of administering child abuse and child neglect prevention programming and services in the Southwest Ohio region in pursuant to and in compliance with the Ohio Revised Code. That would be Arlie Hammonds, who's part of she's the Director of Early Childhood Services with the Board of Developmental Disabilities, and that would be through February of 28. And Julie Robinson, who is our internal program evaluator for Children's Protective Services, and that would be also through 2/29 of 28.
Thank you. Board, we've had the reading of item number 11. Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Number 12.
Item number 12 is a recommendation to reappoint the following representative that's named in the chart below to serve on the Clermont County Family Services Planning Committee for the purpose of gathering public input and reviewing and making program recommendations in developing and maintaining a community plan to implement Ohio Workforce pursuant to and in compliance with the Ohio Revised Code and other programs that are established in the Chapter 5107, which is the Ohio Works First program, and also Chapter 5108, which is the PRC, or the Prevention Retention Contingency Program of the Ohio Revised Code. That would be our Family Children's First Committee Administrator, who is Angie Gully.
Thank you. Board, we've had the reading of item number 12. Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, Chris.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Davis, ISD Director. Number 13 is a recommendation to authorize Bonnie J. Batchelor, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute change order number 2, listed as project change request, to the professional services statement of work for the implementation and use of the WebEx calling solution for the Clermont County Common Pleas Court. This would add Cisco 8841 and Cisco 8851 phones and Model 800 sidecards, and also includes the professional licenses for an increase of $423 per month in recurring charges and $13,248 in one-time non-recurring charges. This would be effective March 1st, 2026 through April 13th, 2030, in compliance with the terms and conditions in the Master Services Agreement, MCSA 0130, between the State of Ohio and Cincinnati Bell, East 4th Street, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Thank you, Chris. Board, we've had the reading of item 13. Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Lyle.
Item 14 is a recommendation to execute an amendment to the agreement for landslide repairs on Moscow Cemetery and Coombs Road between the Board of County Commissioners and the Board of Township Trustees of Washington Township relative to the 2024 landslides project. This was previously ratified by the board on October 4th, 2023. And this is an increase in the amount of $9,300 for a new estimated cost of $253,910.20, and to amend paragraph 3 of the original agreement to reflect the increase with all other terms and conditions of the original agreement to remain in full force and effect.
Board, we've had the reading of item number 14. Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes,
Item 15 is a recommendation to approve the request to advertise for bids for the 2026 road resurfacing program, project number RS-01-26, located in various townships pursuant to the plans and specifications, and to authorize the clerk of the board to place a legal notice in a newspaper of general circulation on March 12th, 2026, with bids to be received until 2:00 p.m. local time on Thursday, April 9th, 2026, using the Bid Express service at bidexpress.com. This notice will also be posted on the county's website. So this will be the first project that we're going to bid using the Bid Express service. Everything will be submitted electronically. It'll be opened electronically. A lot of the other counties around us have been using this for some time.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, board, we've had the reading of item number 15. Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
Make the motion.
Second.
Roll call, Gail?
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Item 16 is recommendation to award the bid and execute the contract for the 2025 landslides project, project number LS-18-25, located in various townships, to JTM Smith Construction out of Fayetteville, Ohio, for their lowest and best bid received on January 15th, 2026, in the amount of $805,464.10, in compliance with the terms of the contract and contingent upon the release of the required purchase order.
Thank you. Board, we've had the reading of item number 16. Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
You get to take us home, Joel.
Good morning,
Good
Commissioners.
morning.
Joel Gross, Director, Water Resources Department. Item number 17 is a recommendation to execute a contract for professional services between the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and Alt and Witzig Engineering, Inc. for project number 6401-60238 and 6402-60238 for special inspection services for the Water Resources Department Maintenance Building Expansion and Renovation Project located in the Village of Batavia, as outlined in Exhibit A, for the total amount not to exceed $19,000, with said services to be completed within 270 consecutive calendar days upon issuance of a written notice to proceed from the Clermont County Water Resources Department in compliance with the terms of the contract and contingent upon the release of the required purchase order. This is for special inspections associated with the maintenance building facility.
Okay, thank you. Board, we've had the reading of item number 17. Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Item number 18 is a recommendation to accept the contract between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and Moody's of Dayton Incorporated for the PUB water treatment plant well field rehabilitation projects for wells 4, 8A, 14, and 15A. Project number 6401-60189, located in Pierce Township, as complete as of May 15th, 2025, and to approve the application for payment number 7, final, which represents the release of retainage in the principal amount of $25,785.76, plus all accrued interest earned.
Thank you. We have had the reading of item number 18. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Gail?
Commissioner Painter.
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Item number 19 is a recommendation to award the bid and execute the contract for project number 6401-60233 for the White Oak Road Water Main Replacement Phase 2 project and project number 6402-60233 for the White Oak Road Sewer Replacement Project located in Pierce Township, pursuant to the plans and specifications to Rack and Baller Excavating Company Incorporated for the lowest and best bid received on January 15th, 2026 at the item prices outlined in their bid for a total amount not to exceed $2,569,569 even, in compliance with the terms and conditions of the contract and contingent upon the release of the required purchase order.
Thank you. Board, we've had the reading of item number 19. Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Item number 20 is a recommendation to execute amendment number 1 to the contract for professional services by and between the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and McGill Smith Puncheon Incorporated, previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on December 13th, 2023, for the Water Resources Department Maintenance Building Expansion and Renovation Project, project number 6401-60238 and 6402-60238, located in the village of Batavia, to include additional design services for an increase for $6,000 for a revised contract amount of $173,500, with all other terms and conditions of the original contract to remain in full force and effect.
Thank you. Board, we've had the reading of item number 20. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Gail?
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Thank
Joel,
you.
before you leave, if I may, just a couple questions. You talked about the refurbishment of the wells in Pierce Township. These wells are obviously associated with our well field
Absolutely, yes.
down and close to Beckjord.
Yep, those are being rehabilitated on a schedule, and these were just the next four in line. That project is complete now, but that's exactly what that is.
And they're just talking about rehabilitation. Well, I assume they didn't have to replace any cakes. Did they just,
I think motors had to be replaced.
Did they?
I can dig into that for sure, but yes, a lot component replacements and upkeep of those wells.
and then obviously develop the well and
Yes,
make sure it was in good working condition? Obviously, we're concerned about the water at Beckjord.
absolutely.
I mean, you're aware that we have a well actually shut down there because of the plume, actually increasing. And so, we just want to make sure that, I know you're new to the county, and that I just want to make sure that you understand that commissioners are very concerned about the drinking and the water quality here in Clermont County. So
Absolutely.
you bet.
To the water tower.
Very welcome.
That's wonderful.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, item H. Tom, at this time, do we have any additions to the agenda?
Yeah, we do have an amendment to our Courtview Justice Systems contract. So Gail, do you want to introduce that? And
Actually, I think Diana is.
oh, sorry, Diane. Okay, we need to add that first.
I need a motion for an add-on then.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Gail?
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Morning, Diane.
Good morning.
Diana Owens, Court Administrator, Common Pleas Court. It's a recommendation to authorize Bonnie J. Batchelor, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute the Seventh Amendment to the Contract of Professional Services between the Board of County Commissioners and Courtview Justice Systems, does business as Equivant of Canton, Ohio, previously approved by the Board of County Commissioners on April 20th, 2022, which represents a change to the pulled-in interface. All other terms and conditions agreed upon in the agreement and project change request 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, and 006 remain in effect.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve this add-on?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any questions? Add-on? Okay. Roll call.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing further.
Okay. Moving on to item I, I'm requesting an executive session pursuant to sections 121.22 G1 and 121.22 G3 of the Ohio Revised Code to consider the employment of a public employee or more public employees, and to confer with the attorney for the board concerning disputes involving the public body that are the subject of pending or imminent court action. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes, we shall return. We have returned from executive session. No decisions or actions was taken. We'll continue on now. At this time, Mr. Eigel, do we have anything else?
We do. We have a resolution designating a mediation conference representative. We have to add to the agenda.
We need an add-on for this.
I'll move to put the add-on on.
A second?
Roll call, Gail?
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you. I'll read the resolution that was drafted here. It's the Board of County Commissioners. It's a resolution designating mediation conference representative relative to case number 26-3031 pending in the United States Court of Appeals for the that's not the correct court. I apologize for that. It is designated the county commissioners for the case number. It's a mediation at the, it is federal court in the United. Let me read it again because I thought this was a county case. Now it's a federal case. This is a resolution designating a mediation conference representative relative to case number 26-3031 pending in the United States Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit. So this is an appellate conference mediation. This recommendation is to adopt resolution number 034-26, resolving to designate the county administrator, Tom Eigel, as the representative of the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and the county defendants to attend the mediation conference that is scheduled in the United States Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit in and as it relates to case number 26-3031, and to authorize County Administrator Thomas Eigel as a representative to enter into any settlement agreements on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and the county defendants. We're in the United States Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit. Case number 26-3031 is settled such that the relevant litigation will be concluded. I apologize for the confusion on that.
Okay. Hey, do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion to appoint Administrator Eigel.
Okay.
The resolution you're reading. This is a state court case.
We're going back again.
This whole thing about the Sixth Circuit
It's incorrect.
Okay, we're going back.
We're gonna
No, thank you for correcting it.
Can I get this corrected and send it up to you, Gail?
Just take a reset.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Can I have a motion to take a recess for what, 15 minutes?
So moved.
A second?
Roll call,
Good.
Gail?
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Angie.
Okay, we have returned from recess and we'll continue on.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Again, I apologize for the confusion. Let me read the resolution to you. Again, it's a resolution designating a mediation conference representative relative to case number 2023 CVC 1392 pending in the Court of Common Pleas for Clermont County, Ohio. This recommendation is to adopt Resolution 034-26, resolving to designate County Administrator Thomas J. Eigel as the representative of the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and the county defendants to, 1, attend the mediation conference that is scheduled in the Court of Common Pleas for Clermont County, Ohio, in and as it relates to case number 2023 CVC 1392, and 2, authorize County Administrator Thomas J. Eigel as its representative to enter into a settlement agreement on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and the county defendants, wherein the Court of Common Pleas for Clermont County, Ohio, case number 2023 CVC 1392, is settled such that the relevant litigation will be concluded.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve this.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you. If
Appreciate
you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll move on to item K, member comments. Commissioner Corcoran, anything?
Nothing.
Commissioner Painter?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, item L, who would like to make that motion?
Make the motion to adjourn?
Second.
Roll call, Gail?
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. We will see you, I guess, Monday.